Before you close your eyes tonight, I want you to understand something powerful. The moment before sleep is the most magical time to reprogram your reality. Why? Because as you drift into sleep, your conscious mind quiets, and your subconscious, the part of you that creates your reality, takes over. If you can impress your desire upon your subconscious before sleep, you can have anything you want. The secret is simple. Ignore your current reality and just keep assuming the reality you desire. The universe responds not to your worries, not to your doubts, but to your dominant assumptions. Step 1. Forget what you see right now. Your current reality is just old thoughts hardened into fact. It's the past manifested. Do not give it power. When you lie in bed tonight, stop replaying the day's struggles. They don't matter. They are not your future. Step 2. Enter the state of the wish fulfilled. Close your eyes and imagine. What would it feel like if your desire was already real? Feel it as if it's happening now, not tomorrow, not later, now. Let that feeling be your truth before you drift to sleep. Step 3. Speak the language of assumption instead of saying, I will be rich, or I will be loved. Say, I am rich, I am loved. Words shape beliefs, and beliefs shape reality. Keep affirming your assumption until it feels natural. Step 4. Let go and trust. Once you've assumed it, let it go. Don't wake up and check if it happened. Don't doubt. Don't look for signs. Your only job is to persist in the assumption every night. Step 5. Persist. No matter what, the universe moves for the persistent mind. If nothing changes after one night, keep going. Your only enemy is impatience. Keep assuming. Keep living in the end. Step 6. Fall asleep in gratitude. Finally, as you drift into sleep, feel thankful, as if what you want is already yours. Gratitude seals the assumption into your subconscious and sends a powerful signal to the universe. It's done. Your reality is not a reflection of truth. It's a reflection of assumption. Ignore what you see, assume what you want. Do it tonight before sleep and watch the universe deliver. Ignoring your current reality is one of the most powerful principles when it comes to manifesting your desires. Most people live trapped by what they see, hear, and experience in their physical world, believing that what they see now is the ultimate truth. They let the present moment, which is nothing but the result of past thoughts and assumptions, dictate how they feel and what they believe about the future. But the truth is, your current reality is old news. It is a reflection of who you used to be, not who you are becoming. Everything around you, the circumstances, the challenges, the limitations, are nothing more than a manifestation of your previous state of mind. If you keep reacting to it, you keep recreating the same life over and over again. This is why ignoring your current reality is essential if you truly want change. When you look at your current situation and you see lack, struggle, or obstacles, it is tempting to believe that those things have power over you. But the moment you acknowledge them as the ultimate truth, you reinforce them in your subconscious mind, and the cycle continues. Ignoring your reality doesn't mean pretending you are blind to it or denying what exists. It means refusing to let it dominate your imagination and emotions. It means you stop giving energy and focus to what you don't want, and instead, you give all your attention to the reality you desire to create. Reality is fluid. It changes according to what you assume, believe, and feel consistently. So when you choose to ignore the evidence of your senses and live in the assumption of your wish fulfilled, you are doing the very thing that transforms reality at its root. Think about it. Everything you see right now was once invisible. It began as a thought, a belief, a possibility in someone's mind. Your current life was created by who you were yesterday, last month, last year. If you want a different tomorrow, you cannot keep reacting to today. The more you dwell on your current limitations, the more power you give them. But the moment you ignore them and shift your attention to what you truly want, the universe begins to rearrange itself to match your new state of being. Ignoring current reality requires mental discipline. It means when your bank account shows a low balance, you don't panic or feel defeated. Instead, you persist in the feeling of abundance. It means when relationships seem strained, you do not accept loneliness as your truth. You continue to assume love and harmony. This is not delusion, it is creation. The physical world always lags behind the mental world. Your mind is the creative force, matter simply follows. Every time you refuse to react to what you don't like and persist in your desired state, you are planting new seeds in your subconscious. These seeds will grow into the reality you want as long as you water them with faith, persistence, and assumption. So ignore what is in front of you. Do not argue with it, do not analyze it, and do not allow it to control your mood. The more you accept the illusion of current circumstances, the more you stay stuck. But the moment you rise above appearances and live in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you set into motion an unstoppable chain of events that will bring your desire to life. Your senses will try to convince you otherwise, but your imagination must always win. Ignore the present, assume the future, and let that be your only reality. Entering the state of the wish fulfilled is the key to turning your desires into reality. It is not enough to simply want something or even to think about it. You must become the version of yourself who already has it. This is the secret behind manifestation, and the reason why so many people struggle to see results. They want something badly, but they keep thinking and feeling as if they do not have it. They keep living in the state of lack, waiting for something to happen before they allow themselves to feel satisfied or happy. But the truth is, the universe responds to your dominant state of being, not your wishes or hopes. If you continue to feel unworthy, broke, or lonely, no amount of desire will change that. The only way to bring your desire into existence is to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled now, before it becomes visible in the physical world. When you enter the state of the wish fulfilled, you are essentially shifting your inner reality to match the outcome you want to experience. You are no longer acting as someone who wants, but as someone who already has. This is powerful because creation happens first in imagination and then in physical form. The outer world always follows the inner world, so if you can live inwardly as the person who has achieved the goal, the outer reality must rearrange itself to match that assumption. Most people think the opposite. They wait for something to happen outside before they feel it inside. They wait to see the money before they feel wealthy, or they wait to meet the right person before they feel loved. But this is backwards because reality is a mirror. It reflects your inner state. If you remain in the state of lack, the mirror will keep showing you lack. To truly enter the state of the wish fulfilled, you need to go beyond words and logic. You must feel it deeply. Feeling is the language of the subconscious mind. Your subconscious does not respond to empty words or forced affirmations. It responds to feelings and imaginal experiences. So you must ask yourself, how would I feel if my desire were already true? If I were already living the life I want, what emotions would I wake up with? How would I walk, talk, and think? Then adopt that feeling right now. It might feel strange at first because your senses will scream that it is not true. But that does not matter. You must ignore appearances and dwell in the assumption as if it is already a fact. That feeling of certainty of relief, of satisfaction. That is the key to creation. Visualization is a powerful tool to help you enter this state. Close your eyes and imagine a simple, natural scene that would imply your wish is fulfilled. If your desire is financial freedom, imagine checking your bank account and seeing the exact amount you want. If your desire is love, imagine your partner holding your hand and telling you how much they love you. Make it vivid, not by focusing on unnecessary details, but by feeling the emotions connected to it. The more real it feels, the more your subconscious accepts it as true. And once the subconscious accepts it, reality has no choice but to reflect it. The state of the wish fulfilled is not something you do once. It is a way of being. You return to it over and over until it becomes natural. You persist in that feeling regardless of what is happening around you. You stop checking for results and start living as if it is done. When you master this state, you stop chasing desires because you realize they are already yours in consciousness. And when something is yours inwardly, it must show up outwardly. That is the law. Using present tense affirmations is one of the most effective ways to impress your subconscious mind and create the reality you desire. The reason this works is simple. Your subconscious mind does not differentiate between what is real and what is imagined. It only responds to what you repeatedly affirm with conviction and emotion. When you speak affirmations in the present tense, you are telling your subconscious that the desired state is your reality right now. You are not asking for it to happen in the future, and you are not acknowledging the lack of it in your life. Instead, you are claiming it as an accomplished fact. This is why present tense affirmations carry so much power. They eliminate the gap between desire and fulfillment in your mind. The problem with most people is that they affirm their desires in a future tense, saying things like, I will be successful, I will find love, or I will be wealthy. While these statements sound positive, they still imply that the fulfillment is not here yet. Every time you say, I will, you are pushing your desire further into the future. You are reinforcing the belief that you do not have it now, and your subconscious continues to create circumstances that match that state of not having. The law of assumption teaches that the feeling of the wish fulfilled is the secret to manifestation. So when you use affirmations like I am successful, I am loved, or I am wealthy, you step into the feeling of having right now. You stop waiting and start being. This is the bridge between wanting and receiving. Present tense affirmations also help you maintain mental discipline. When your external circumstances contradict your desires, your mind will naturally want to agree with what it sees. It will want to say, I'm broke, I'm alone, or I can't do this, but by consciously choosing to affirm the opposite, you override those old patterns. You stop giving energy to negative states and replace them with new, empowering assumptions. Over time, these affirmations sink into your subconscious and become beliefs. And beliefs are what shape your reality. What you believe about yourself and your life is what you experience. To make present tense affirmations truly effective, you must do more than just repeat words mechanically. You must feel them as true. When you say, I am abundant, you should feel the relief, joy, and confidence of someone who already has more than enough. When you say, I am loved, you should feel the warmth and security of love in your heart. It is the feeling that impresses the subconscious, not the empty sound of words. The affirmations are simply a tool to generate that feeling, so do not rush through them or repeat them without meaning. Take a deep breath, slow down, and let each word sink in. Imagine the reality you are affirming as vividly as possible while you say it. This combination of thought, word, and feeling creates the most powerful results, another important factor is persistence. You cannot say an affirmation once and expect everything to change overnight. Repetition is key because it creates familiarity, and familiarity becomes belief. Say your affirmations daily, especially before sleep and after waking, when your mind is most receptive. In those moments, your conscious resistance is low, and your subconscious is open to new ideas. The more you affirm your desired reality in the present tense, the more natural it feels, and when it feels natural, it manifests. This is the law of assumption at work. What you assume as true hardens into fact. So choose your affirmations carefully, make them positive, present, and powerful, and repeat them until they become your truth. Trusting the process is one of the most challenging yet essential aspects of manifestation. When you set an intention or assume a desire as fulfilled, the natural human tendency is to look for signs, proof, or instant changes in the outer world. You want reassurance that it is working, that what you are doing is not in vain. But this constant need to check, question, or doubt is what blocks the very manifestation you are trying to bring into your life. The process of manifestation works under universal law, and that law never fails. The only thing that interferes with it is your own disbelief and impatience. When you trust the process, you are affirming that what you desire is already yours in consciousness, and that it will appear in physical reality at the perfect time and in the perfect way. The biggest mistake most people make is trying to control how and when their desire will come. They visualize, they affirm, they do everything right, but then they immediately look around for evidence. When they do not see results, they panic. They start saying, "Why isn't it here yet? What am I doing wrong? Maybe this doesn't work." These thoughts send a strong signal to the subconscious that you do not have what you want. They shift you back into a state of lack. Manifestation is not about forcing or chasing. It is about allowing. Trusting the process means surrendering the need to control every detail. It means knowing that your only job is to live in the assumption of the wish, fulfilled, and persist in that feeling regardless of external appearances. When you truly trust the process, you no longer worry about timing. You understand that the universe operates on divine order and perfect sequence. Your desire will show up when it is fully aligned with your state of consciousness, not a second sooner or later. This is why Neville Goddard emphasized the importance of living in the end. If you can feel now what you would feel if your desire were already true, then you have done your part. The rest is not your concern. The bridge of events that leads you from where you are to where you want to be is not something you have to figure out. It will unfold naturally and often in ways you cannot predict. When you try to control the how, you limit the infinite possibilities that the universe can use to deliver your desire. Trusting the process also means remaining unmoved by the lack of physical evidence. The physical world always lags behind the inner world. Just because you cannot see it yet does not mean it is not happening. Seeds take time to grow beneath the soil before they sprout. If you dig them up every day to check their progress, you destroy them. Manifestation works the same way. Once you plant the seed of your desire in your subconscious by assuming it as real, you must leave it alone and nurture it with faith, not fear. Doubt, worry, and impatience are like weeds that choke your desire. Faith, gratitude, and persistence are the sunlight and water that make it grow. Another key part of trusting the process is detachment. Detachment does not mean you stop wanting your desire. It means you release the desperation and the obsession over results. You know it is done in consciousness, so you can relax and enjoy your life while it materializes. The more relaxed and confident you are, the faster it comes. When you obsess and worry, you are signaling lack. When you trust, you signal abundance. The universe mirrors your state, so choose trust over fear every time. Remind yourself daily, it is already mine, it is unfolding perfectly, I do not need to know how or when. This mindset is the ultimate proof of faith. And when you trust fully, the process always works in your favor. Persisting consistently is the bridge between desire and manifestation. No matter how strong your visualization is or how perfectly you affirm, if you give up too soon, you break the momentum that brings your desire to life. Most people start with excitement and enthusiasm, but when they do not see immediate results, they quit. They assume it is not working, and they return to their old patterns of thought and feeling. This is why persistence is so crucial. Your subconscious mind does not change overnight. It has been programmed for years with certain beliefs, and those beliefs are what currently shape your reality. To override them, you must impress the new state upon your mind repeatedly until it feels natural. This requires persistence even when nothing seems to be happening on the surface. The physical world is always behind the inner world. What you see right now is the result of old assumptions, not your current work. So if you start affirming and visualizing today, you may not see evidence immediately because reality is still reflecting your past thoughts. This is where most people fail. They take the lack of instant results as proof that it is not working. They let their senses dominate their faith, but the truth is, the moment you assume a new state and persist in it, the change has already started within. The bridge of events that will lead to your manifestation is already forming. Your job is not to force the outcome or rush the timing. Your job is to hold the assumption and keep living in that state until the outer world conforms. Persistence means remaining loyal to your desire, regardless of circumstances, time, or appearances. When your mind says, "It's not working," you refuse to agree. When doubt creeps in, you counter it with faith. When negative thoughts try to take over, you replace them with affirmations that declare your desired reality as already true. This is not about fighting the old beliefs with resistance. It is about starving them of attention and feeding only the new state. Every time you affirm, visualize, or simply feel your desire as done, you are watering the seed you planted in your subconscious. If you keep watering it, it will grow. If you stop, it withers and dies. That is why persistence is the true test of faith. It shows whether you believe enough to keep going without proof. Persistence is not forcing yourself to think about your desire 24/7. It is about consistency over time. It is about choosing the new story every time the old one tries to come back. It is about refusing to accept the current reality as final and continuing to live in the end mentally and emotionally. Some manifestations come quickly and others take longer. The timeline depends on how deeply ingrained the old beliefs are and how natural the new assumption feels. The key is to never quit, because the moment you give up, you revert to your old state and reality follows. Persistence guarantees success because the law of assumption is universal. It must bring you what you assume as true if you persist. When you commit to persistence, you no longer measure progress by what you see outside. You measure it by how consistently you are dwelling in the desired state. You trust that every repetition, every affirmation, every visualization is building the reality you want. Even if the world around you looks the same today, you know it is temporary. The outer world has no choice but to catch up. So keep going, keep affirming, keep imagining, keep feeling it as done, because the only way you can fail is if you stop. If you persist no matter what, your desire is inevitable. Sleeping in gratitude is one of the most powerful practices for manifesting your desires because it programs your subconscious mind at the most receptive time right before you drift into sleep. The moments before sleep are a gateway to your subconscious. When you close your eyes and prepare to rest, your conscious mind, which is full of doubts, logic, and fears, begins to fade away. This is when your subconscious becomes open and impressionable, ready to accept whatever feeling dominates your mind. If you fall asleep worrying, angry, or fearful, you impress those emotions into your subconscious, and they continue to create more of the same in your life. But if you fall asleep in a state of gratitude, you impress abundance, fulfillment, and joy into your subconscious, and those states attract more of the same into your reality. Gratitude is such a high vibration emotion because it signals completion and satisfaction. When you are thankful for something, you are acknowledging that you already have it. There is no lack in gratitude. There is no fear in gratitude. When you say thank you from your heart, you are affirming abundance and security. This is why gratitude is the perfect state to combine with manifestation. If you want something, the fastest way to bring it into your experience is to feel as though you already have it. And gratitude does exactly that. When you fall asleep being thankful for your desire as if it is already done, you are telling your subconscious mind, "This is my reality now." You stop asking, waiting, or hoping, and you start living in the assumption that it is already yours. The way to practice sleeping in gratitude is simple but requires sincerity. As you lie in bed, close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Release the tension of the day and quiet your mind. Then begin to think about your desire as if it has already been fulfilled. Imagine the feeling of having it right now. If your desire is financial abundance, picture yourself looking at your bank account and feeling relief and joy. If your desire is love, imagine being in the arms of the person you love, feeling safe and adored. Once that scene feels real, start giving thanks for it. Say silently in your mind, "Thank you for this blessing. Thank you for making it real. Thank you for this beautiful life." Let gratitude flow through every cell of your being until it feels natural and effortless. You are not begging or pleading. You are celebrating the fact that it is already done. As you drift off to sleep in that state of gratitude, your subconscious mind absorbs those feelings and begins to act upon them. During the night, your mind continues to process that assumption as if it were a fact, reinforcing it deeper and deeper. This is why it is so important to avoid falling asleep with negative emotions. If you go to bed replaying problems, you are planting seeds of worry and struggle. But if you go to bed in gratitude, you are planting seeds of abundance and joy, and the subconscious always gives you more of what you plant. The beauty of this practice is that it does not require effort or struggle. It is gentle, peaceful, and natural. Gratitude feels good because it aligns you with the energy of receiving. The more you practice it, the easier it becomes to maintain a state of thankfulness throughout the day. And when gratitude becomes your dominant feeling, your entire reality shifts to match it. Falling asleep in gratitude every night creates a powerful cycle. The last thing you feel before sleep becomes the foundation of your subconscious programming, and that programming shapes your world. So, before you close your eyes tonight, take a moment to say thank you, not for what is coming, but for what is already yours in imagination. In doing so, you are declaring that your wish is fulfilled, and the universe has no choice but to reflect that truth back to you. So tonight, as you lay your head on your pillow, remember this: your imagination is your greatest tool. Your assumptions are your reality, and your persistence is your power. Do not go to sleep worrying about what you see today, because what you see today is only a shadow of what you once believed. Instead, close your eyes and step into the version of you that already has what you desire. Feel it, live it, and fall asleep in the joy of it being done. Ignore your current reality. Keep assuming the best. Trust the process and persist. The universe always responds to the state you dwell in most. So make tonight the night you claim your power. Live in the end, and soon, what you imagined will no longer just be a thought. It will be your life. It is already yours. Believe it, feel it, and sleep knowing that it is done.